back to another episode of Film Focus with me, Fred Black.
Me, Anthony Squire.
And this week we're looking at 2 more films, 5 more trailer releases, which actually we're really excited about the trailers more so than the films this week.
Some good trailers.
There are some good trailers, but we'll get to that later. Right now we will start with our very first film. The new one from the director of one of our favourite films, Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
Yes, we all know we love that film so much. This one's called The Heat. It's got Miss Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy in it.
The plot is that an uptight FBI agent, Sandra Bullock...
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, she's uptight. She gets like kind of saddled with this, with Melissa McCarthy, who's this kind of balls to the wall.
Yeah, but she swears way too much.
Which I guess is part of her character.
This, effing that, and you're just like, there's no need for that.
I guess that's part of her character though, but yeah, she's kind of this hardline cop who, you know, knows her neighbourhood inside and out and gets what she needs by any means necessary. And
it has its moments, but it tries too hard to be funny.
Probably
like the scene with the guy is choking. Like, how are we going to help him? Oh, I know. Let's cut his throat open.
Well, you do see that happen earlier on in the film. Like, she's watching that documentary about how they do that.
Yeah, but just because she watches a documentary on it doesn't mean, isn't it? It's an excuse to go cutting someone's throat.
Well, it's her thing that she knows everything, isn't it? But yeah, this film is, I don't know, I wasn't particularly looking forward to it, given the fact it was just simply from the guy who did Bridesmaids. We hated Bridesmaids.
I know.
Not just because the fact that, you know, it was a girly kind of film, but the fact that it was just so unfunny. It just wasn't funny.
This one wasn't really that funny either. I mean, it has its moments, as I keep saying.
Oh, it's got its moments, but only when they're not swearing their asses off, really. So they're swearing themselves silly. I mean, Melissa McCarthy, her character, just swears continuously, but it's the points where... like all the characters are talking to each other and they don't swear and they crack jokes when they're not swearing. There's quite a good scene in the bar where they both get
off their faces.
They both get off their faces in the bar, and there's not really much swearing in that scene, but they do come up with some good like one-liners, and it's a good kind of montage thing.
Oh, I'll give you that one scene, but it doesn't really compensate for the other.
It does for the other like 900 scenes that they're there. As far as like it being an action comedy as well, there's not enough action.
It was too predictable. It was not original. The pace of the film. I'll give it credit. It does move at a relatively good pace.
Yeah,
It has its moments.
You're never really left kind of wanting the next thing to come on, wanting the next joke to come on, or wanting the next plot device to come on. But I don't know. Like, I don't kind of get the appeal of this sort of buddy movie kind of thing. I mean, we've got a buddy movie kind of thing in our trailer section later on, but it's something about the whole thing.
That looks funny though.
It does look funny.
This looks too predictable. It looks almost as if they got some... Did they even get writers to write it? Or was it just some... Alright, Keith, could you do this for me? Yeah, till Tuesday?
Could you just put this into a 90-page script? I was like, yeah, sure, I guess I could, yeah. Throw this joke, and this joke in here, and we'll have a film.
And then when it came to the directors reading over the script, instead of looking at the script going, maybe we should improve it.
Yeah, maybe we should kind of like fine tune it, make some more kind of subtle gags in there and everything, you know.
Instead of doing that, they were just like, oh, it's a swear word. Nearly every other word. That's genius.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's the kind of, you know, the vulgar swear word kind of type of humour. I mean, I've seen better comedies this year, like in kids' films. Like Despicable Me 2 was a better comedy, and Monsters University was a better comedy, even though it wasn't really that much of a comedy in the end. I mean,
this was trying. The Heat. It was trying too hard to be funny. Like I said earlier, the scene with the guys choking.
It's like, yes, you must be. This must be funny. Look at us. We're doing stupid things. We must be funny. It's like, no.
And like they cut open the guy's throat, put a straw in there, and I'm just thinking that's not funny.
Yeah, it's actually
Well, it's actually quite grotesque.
Yeah. I kind of saw this one of the preview screenings. It's one of the I think it actually came out on Friday, and I saw it on the Wednesday as a special preview screening. But it was quite a packed cinema, and everyone else around me, I felt kind of embarrassed because everyone else around me everyone else was laughing their asses off, and I was sat there going, "Meh." And ironically enough, I laughed more at just the kind of subtle one-liners that they kind of throw in, like, you know, they have a bit at the end with the cat.
Yeah.
Do you say they have a bit at the end with the cat where they don't swear, but that's still a kind of really funny, slightly awkward kind of conversation, and you just go up, and it's where you know something one character knows, but you know the other character's completely unaware, and that sort of situational comedy is funny. The stuff where they are swearing every other sentence, as much as, you know, I swear on the show, and, you know, I swear in real life, and, you know, people swear in general, like, when you put it in a film, sometimes it just doesn't become that funny.
Well,
it can work occasionally, but this is one of those occasions where it just doesn't.
Nearly every other word was effing this, effing that. I think even see you next Tuesday word came up, but...
Yes, we don't say that word.
I'm not going to say it.
No. I think it was even used at one point, but it was just... Yeah, I was very, very unimpressed with this film. I mean, I think I might have been generous with my score. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
I gave it a 5.
Yeah.
No, I felt I was being generous.
I think that, there was some decent laughs in it, but they were very, very few and far between.
Just trying to think of good stuff to say.
Yeah, good stuff to say about this film.
The pace of the film, it moves relatively good pace. It's okay to see once, you know.
Yeah, if you've got nothing else to go see.
If you really want to go to the cinema. Which
actually this week you haven't, I mean, apart from the films we've been talking about in previous weeks. But yeah, like...
Don't worry, the trailers are really good this week.
we can get there in a second, Anthony. Hold your horses. But yeah, the Heat, like, I don't know, maybe it was just spurred on by the success of Bridesmaids, because it's the same director. And
yeah, but it's completely different.
It is a completely different kind of... It's a completely different type of film, I guess. And that's good, because, you know, like film directors like Danny Boyle, who try a different genre and try different things.
Danny Boyle's good at it.
Danny Boyle is good at it. Yes, he is. But Paul Feig, or Feig, or whoever you say his name, just doesn't seem to have that kind of knack for a good comedy. I mean, that's the thing, everyone else in the cinema seemed to love it. And I was sat there going, should I be laughing? I don't feel like I should be laughing. Because, you know...
Are you sure I hadn't been paid to laugh? Or an opening screen,
there were an awful lot of them there.
Yeah. Because when I went to see it yesterday, there's hardly anyone in there.
Really? Well, it was Gay Pride yesterday as well, so everyone was out enjoying the you know, the festivities. But yeah, like, no, I wouldn't. I gave it a 6, and I think that's being overly generous. I don't think I would go see this again if you paid me.
I gave it a 5. If you really want to go to the cinema and there's nothing else on, then I think you'd be better off giving it a week.
I think you'd be better off going to see like something like, if you wanted a laugh, go see Despicable Me 2 or Monsters University, the films, the comedies we've been talking about these past few weeks, because they will actually make you laugh. There is something in them for everybody. Whereas this film just kind of seems geared towards, you know, people that love swearing and find that incredibly hilarious.
Moving on.
Yeah. Anyway, I know you've been dying to get to the trailers for quite some time, so we will finally move on and get onto Bad Milo. Yes!
Honestly, the trailer for this was spot on.
It's incredible.
Basically, a guy who's really stressed out, you know.
Yeah, he's got like tons of problems. He's got like, you know, his wife's pregnant, which doesn't sound like a problem, but on top of like bad working environment, you know, he's got bills to pay, all that sort of stuff. He becomes so stressed that a little demon forms inside of him.
He poops it out, and it looks like a mutated poop that's running around, and you've got bad background music. Oh, it's beautiful. This has got B-movie written all over it.
It definitely looks like it. I mean, it's got Patrick Warburton, who turns up in quite a few things. He's in the comedy Rules of Engagement. It's a TV show that's running on E4 at the moment. So it's like daytime entertainment comedy show. So he's in that. He's got the really deep voice, and he's turned up in tons of films before. And it was just so weird. Like, we weren't expecting that level of weirdness, and it looks kind of a little bit scary.
Cheesy background music.
A lot funny, really funny.
Yeah.
And it's just that sort of kind of bonkers horror thing, like eight-legged freaks, like black sheep, like that sort of kind of thing. that it could be one of these like really like quiet cult
Slither.
hits. Slither.
Slugs that come down from space.
I forgot about Slither. Yes, I forgot about Slither. But yeah, it looks like one of those kind of cult horror films that could actually be really funny and really, really enjoyable.
I mean, it'll be a hit or miss when it comes out. I know sometimes the trailers can be better than the films, and I really hope this doesn't fall into that category because it looks spot on.
I have a feeling it won't. There just seemed to be too much of a weird atmosphere around it that you just
cheesy background music.
You were so up to that music, yeah. And to be honest, we kind of touch on this subject every week with the trailers. Like the films that we watch for the trailer bit of this show, the background music has a huge impact on whether we actually pick it for the show or not.
Oh yeah.
Like if what music people decide to put on a trailer, as soon as like some rousing orchestral score pops up, we're just like, oh seriously?
Oh, was it that chick flick trailer we saw earlier on?
Well, it was more the Lone Survivor, that trailer we watched, where it looked like it looked alright, and then it was a rousing orchestral score, and it was all kind of like, oh yay, 4 soldiers fighting the Taliban, and yes,
really
it's all
dramatic.
heartfelt, and no,
it wasn't Bad Milo.
But no, Bad Milo, yeah.
Don't worry, this isn't the only good trailer we're looking at this week.
We'll wait till the end. We'll wait till the end of the trailers to get to that. But the next one, we'll definitely be checking out Bad Milo when it comes out. I think we should
we got to
get it on iTunes. I think it said it comes out on iTunes like at the end of this month or something. So I think we'll bump together and buy it or rent it or something like that.
Yeah, I really want to see that one.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. And the next one is one I'm actually quite excited about. Ip Man. The Final Fight.
Oh, was this the martial arts one?
Was the martial arts one, yeah. And Ip Man, the film series, has been around for quite some time. Back a few years ago, Donnie Yen, who's been a kind of minor player in martial arts films for ages, kind of started the story of Ip Man, who was Bruce Lee's mentor.
Oh yeah.
It's Bruce Lee's master, taught Bruce Lee everything he knew. And this is now the 4th film in the Ip Man series. I mean, there were 2 films with Donnie Yen, one with another actor. I can't remember his name, and this one has got like Anthony Wong, I think is the guy's name.
I don't know.
Yeah, like I hope it carries forward like the energy that the first 2 did, because
what did the 3rd one?
Well, I haven't seen the 3rd one. This is the thing, but the first 2 had such a kind of like brash energy about them that the fight scenes were so kind of tight and very well choreographed, that it was just a joy to watch. Like watching, have you seen Ong Bak? Taiwanese martial arts film where they actually hit each other. And if you haven't seen it, God, you've got to see it. It's so good. I mean, that Ong Bak and Ip Man and Ip Man 2 are the best martial arts films I've seen in years. They're just so good. And they're on the level with like the Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, their early work. But yeah, I was really excited about this film. You kind of watched it and was like, nah.
Looks average.
But I'm hoping it won't be. I'm hoping it will have some of the, just the kind of like tight choreography that the other ones did to make it. Just
I'm looking forward to the next film, 2 Guns.
Yes, and 2 Guns as well. Yeah, well, just a nice little segue into 2 Guns. Which again, we're talking about buddy movies earlier on with The Heat. Another buddy movie with Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg.
And it ends with a really dodgy one-liner from Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah, like this was a Red Band trailer that's just come up, which means there's all like violence and swearing and stuff in it. But the thing that struck me that it actually was funny.
Yeah, it was good. Didn't get bored with it.
No,
it's an action film. It looks good.
It looked to be a good mix of stupid action sequences and funny jokes and stuff, and
a director who knows what he's doing.
We didn't actually make a note of who the director was, but they seem to know what they're doing. And plus, it's one of those buddy movies where it seems like they start out as buddies as well, and they don't. It's not like The Heat where they're not buddies and then they get together. And it's like they get to become friends and all that sort of stuff. It's like
moving on from Heat.
To be honest, that film was just It was really.
Yeah, it was.
But 2 Guns, yes. I'm looking forward to it, and it comes out quite soon. I think it comes out in the next few weeks.
What, the end of August?
Yeah, probably the end of August. Maybe even before then.
It takes us on to the next film, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Oh yeah, now I've heard nothing but praise for this film. And it hasn't even finished yet.
The trailer alone, I mean, 1 minute he's inside, the next minute suddenly it's snowing inside.
Yeah, like he's in this dingy office block, and then the next minute he's like an ice man, like, and then he's in space, or he's in like the ocean, like flying in helicopters, and it's a Ben Stiller film. I think he's written and directed it.
Really?
I think so. I think that's the whole buzz around it. It's like Ben Stiller's trying his hand at making films nowadays, and he's in it as well. But yeah, this looks so weird.
It's good. I mean, I love the end. I'd like a car, please. Which one?
We've got red or blue. I'll take the red one. It's just two cars sitting there, one red, one blue. It's like, yeah, okay. But yeah, it looks like such an oddball experience, like such an odd film.
It reminded me of that Jim Carrey film. Oh, what was it?
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, and I saw that a year ago or so, and
that's a good film.
That was a very good film. Yeah, it was again, but it's not the sort of film like you can watch, like when you can switch off your brain and watch.
No,
you very much have to be kind of focused in what's going on, and there's a time and place for those films. It doesn't happen a lot of the time, but I like those sort of films, and I would, I'm hoping
it's a nice alternative film.
It's a nice alternative film where you actually have to think for a change, whereas most of the films we watch is just like, nope, switch off brain, enjoy.
The next track.
And yeah, moving on finally to Anthony's trailer of the week. I think this will be. I mean,
well, I don't know. I mean,
Bad Milo or Machete Kills. Machete Kills. Come on. Now, who did not enjoy Machete? And if you've said like I did not enjoy Machete, we don't want to know you anymore. You cannot watch the show anymore.
How do you sleep at
night? How do you sleep at night? Indeed, like the film was just pitch perfect and incredible. And the sequel, thank God, it's directed by Robert Rodriguez.
No, it wouldn't work if anyone else was directing it.
That's what I was worried about.
Sense of extreme.
I was worried about that it would be directed by Rodriguez, and they were just making sequels for the sake of it. But no,
there's a brilliant scene bit in the trailer where the bad guy throws this knife at Machete. It's spinning round in the air. Machete just grabs it and throws it back.
It's got it. It just looks so over the top. I mean, there's some woman who's got machine gun breasts. There's like a boat that flips upside down. People are getting torn apart by its rotor blades.
The bits on the boats.
You see it just flip upside down, and it's just like it charges towards the camera. People are getting shredded, and it looks absolutely ridiculous. And that is exactly what we want. Exactly what we want from a Machete.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I mean, Planet Terror,
Machete, Desperado, From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah. You just got a kind of a myriad of rubbish.
But it's beautiful. It's just so over the top, but it's so well done.
It's so well done, and yeah, that's definitely. I think it probably is my trailer of the week as well because it's just so stupid.
We were lucky with the trailers this week.
Yeah, we were very lucky. I mean, I'm not sure. Like, we had a number of films that were just like, oh, we can kind of move aside with that one. Like that's
some of them look too predictable, or just like no effort got into them. And on that stone cold silence, moving on to the next film.
Speaking of films where no effort went in to please the audience, we have a review for the Smurfs 2. Now, my colleague here...
What score did you give Smurfs 2?
We'll move on to that later. You can see the score from where you're sitting, so you don't need to ask.
I wasn't sure if that was a scribble or not.
No. The Smurfs 2. Now, family films... This was family films.
The Smurfs, basically the evil wizard
Gargamel.
He kidnaps Smurfette because he wants to turn the naughties into real Smurfs.
Where do the naughties come from somewhere? Are they in the first film or are they just...
I didn't see the first one.
No, neither did I.
I think Gargamel created the naughties.
Yeah, he's created the naughties. Which sounds like we're talking about an entire decade rather than characters in a film. But yeah, good God, this film.
It's a kid's film.
So was Despicable Me 2 and Monsters University. I know we keep mentioning those films, but those are films made at kids. Yeah. Like most other studios, like Blue Sky and Sony Pictures Animation, they managed to make kids' films that appeal to all ages. Like you have the Ice Age series, which I still find funny. And I know my family still finds funny. Everyone finds them funny. You've got Despicable Me. You've got the Pixar films, WALL-E, Up, Toy Story. Adults love Toy Story, even though they are aimed at little children. The Smurfs, I'm sad to say...
Smurfs was good. It was funny.
I did not find it funny. I was sat there and I was bored for 90 minutes.
Bored?
I was
It wasn't boring.
bored. I was so bored. There was literally
boring.
like very, very, very little to find funny about it.
The film moves at a good pace. It's got good jokes in it.
No.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
There was... okay, if I was going to put one good thing about the film, it would be Gargamel. Hank Azaria as Gargamel.
Yeah, he did a really good job. The bad guy.
He's quite... Okay, the only times I did laugh were at him, when he was kind of explaining things, because he has that Lawanda sketch. The bit where he puts out the... because it's Lawanda, and it's a big wonder. It's funny, goddammit. And it's like... That kind of like breaking the fourth wall or something, like...
If no one found his magic good, he would just write.
But apart from Gargamel, there is so little to like about this film. If you're not about 5 years old and under, I don't understand how people like...
It was a good film. It moves at a good pace. Characters are developed well.
How?
You can't take it seriously.
I wasn't trying to take it seriously. I was trying to have fun. Trying to have fun in a kids' film. It's like, who goes to a kids' film for a sense of cinematic artistry or so? No one goes into the Smurfs thinking, what's the cinematography like in this? No, they don't.
You never know.
I mean, even like the reviewers at like Empire or Total Film or something like that can't go into the Smurfs 2 thinking, right, we will look at the editing and the directing. And like, you got to just like come out of it thinking, was I entertained? Did I enjoy myself? Did I laugh? And I'm sorry, but I didn't.
You didn't laugh at all?
Well,
Gargamel.
Probably like twice at Gargamel. And that's at 90 minutes. If I'm going to see a family comedy, I want to laugh more. I want to laugh more than twice in 90 minutes.
You really found it bad?
Yeah, I really did not like it at all. And for that reason, only getting a 3. Like I say, Gargamel just pops it up that little bit, but 3. It's making it into my worst films of the year.
I thought it was funny. It was over the top. I gave it an 8.
You go, oh my god, like... I mean, I've given that to... What did I give that to, like, the other week? I gave that to something like The World's End. Now, that was a comedy.
Didn't deserve an 8.
Yeah, it did. It was so good.
Anyway, that was that week.
I mean, you giving like the Smurfs an 8, you're putting it on like a top, the same like best films of the year list, in consideration for the best films of the year.
It was because it was just so over the top.
You know what you're doing? You're putting it like the same league as like Pacific Rim.
No, Pacific Rim was 10 out of 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
8 out of 10.
Right. There's 2 whole points difference.
That's how it all starts. This is good. It was funny. He's got to get his... I don't know.
My humour chip fixed or something. Anthony has the belief that we're all just robots and we can get ourselves fixed or something like that.
Get yourself upgraded.
Yeah, get ourselves upgraded. I just believe I didn't enjoy this film. It's that simple. I didn't find it funny. Like, maybe if I was 5, I would have found it hilarious. Or younger. But
it's just one of those films. It was over the top. Moral messages in it, the importance of families and...
It doesn't matter where you came from, it matters who you are. Like, okay.
I mean, it wasn't tear-jerking, but it was good.
No, it was nowhere near tear-jerking. That was just... I really can't find any... Apart from, like, that tiny little bit of Gargamel that was funny. Like, 2 laughs in 90 minutes does not a good film make. However... I kind of respect your opinion on that.
Exactly, because you know I'm right.
No, I don't know. I don't think you're right. You're not right. This is a bad film.
This is just a film. You can't. Don't take it seriously.
I'm trying to take it seriously.
It's just a funny. It's just a fun film to watch.
Right. We're going to move on to that before we start. I start getting really angry about it because this is just not a good film. And we'll talk briefly about the films we're going to see next week. Should we talk briefly about those, or should we just end it there? Let's talk about it briefly.
Don't forget Bad Milo's out soon.
Oh, bad. We're not reviewing Bad Milo next week. We are, however, going to have a look at Only God Forgives.
That looks good.
It does look incredibly good. It's from the guy who did Drive.
Remember? I can't believe it.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, no, Anthony.
Sorry.
You turn your phone off when.
Sorry.
It's not. You've seen enough adverts for that in cinemas. Turn your phone off when the film starts.
On that note, I'll let you guys get off.
Yeah, well, I think he's got an important phone call to take, so we'll let him.
Phone call can wait. I shouldn't have left the phone on.
Oh, so unprofessional.
Don't forget, you've got to watch the trailer for Bad Milo.
Bad Milo,
Machete
Kills, yes. And next week we'll come back with reviews for Only God Forgives and Red 2, both of which I think we'll probably enjoy a lot.
I think Red 2 will be good if it does what Expendables 2 did.
Well, I think if it just ups what Red did.
Yeah.
If it kind of just carries on with that, makes all the characters a bit more developed.
You had Expendables, which took things to a fair extreme, but number 2 just went way over the top. I'm kind of hoping Red 2. I mean, the trailer with Helen Mirren.
The trailer does look. I know you've got like added people like Anthony Hopkins is coming.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Anthony Hopkins is coming to it as well. Anthony Hopkins is always worth watching, and especially I haven't seen him really try to do a comedy role yet. So,
well, it looks like he's sort of taking the piss out of Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, I hope he does. I hope there is some in-joke to Silence of the Lambs in there as well.
Have Jodie Foster.
Yeah, just Jodie Foster pop up going, "Hello, don't I know you from somewhere?" No, you don't.
But thanks for watching this week.
Yes, thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.
Don't forget the trailers for Bad Milo.
Yes, go. We'll put links to those. I'll put links to those in the description so you can go watch those immediately, because it'll probably persuade me to as well. But I'll just do that anyway. Anyway, we'll see you later.
Take care.
See you next week, guys.